Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day practice question. Question was, grassroots innovation competition is associated with which of the following groupings? Quad, BRICS, ASEAN or SCO? The correct answer is option C, ASEAN. Recently, Shalini Kumari from India received first prize in the grassroots innovation competition at the 3rd ASEAN India Grassroots Innovation Forum. It is for her innovation modified walker with adjustable legs. Hence, option C is correct. This innovation forum was organized by the ASEAN Committee on Science, Technology and Innovation in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology, that is DST, Government of India. It was concluded today at Phnom Penh, Cambodia. She was first recognized by the National Innovation Foundation, that is NIF India, through 𝐈𝐀𝐒 competition in the year 2011 for the same technology. NIF is an autonomous body of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, in the context of arts and culture, the Benin Bronzes is associated with which of the following countries? Sudan, Nigeria, Namibia or Djibouti? The correct answer is option B, Nigeria. Germany has returned 20 Benin Bronzes that were looted in the 19th century to Nigeria recently. From intricately decorated cast plaques to animal and human figurines, the Benin Bronzes are a group of over 3,000 sculptures and artworks from the ancient kingdom of Benin in present-day Nigeria. It dates back to at least the 16th century. These historical pieces were looted by British colonial forces during their infamous raid on Benin City in 1897. These artifacts provide insight into the culture of the Benin Kingdom as well as its relationships with neighboring states. Hence, option B is correct. In 1897, after 7 British delegates were killed on their way to Benin City for a trade mission, the British launched a retaliatory military expedition which ultimately resulted in the city being captured. The Benin Royal Palace was partially destroyed and looted. Thousands of artifacts were taken back to Great Britain. Next question is, recently the term XBB was in the news. It is related to COVID-19, Milky Way, mineral or asteroid. The correct answer is option A, COVID-19. Recently, the Union Ministry of Health has issued a statement emphatically rejecting the claims on social media that the XBB subvariant of Omicron is 5 times more virulent than the Delta variant. XBB is a recombinant of 2 Omicron subvariants, BA.2.10.1 and BA.2.75. Several studies have shown that XBB is more immune evasive, that is, it has the ability to circumvent immunity from vaccination-induced infection and has a growth advantage over other currently circulating variants of Omicron. With this essentially means is that the variant is more likely to cause reinfection or breakthrough infections in people. This, however, does not mean that the variant can lead to more severe disease, hospitalizations or deaths. Unlike the Delta variant that went deep into the lungs and led to a fall in oxygen saturation, Omicron variants are known to affect the upper respiratory tract. The virus can go into the lungs in some cases, but it is not the location of choice for the variant. Hence, option A is correct. Next question is, the seismic zoning map of India has been prepared by which of the following ones? ISRO, NITI Aayog, Ministry of Earth Sciences or Bureau of Indian Standards? The correct answer is option D, Bureau of Indian Standards. Around 59% of the land masses of India, covering all states, is prone to earthquakes. Union Minister of State, Independent Charge for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, told the Lok Sabha recently. India has been divided into 4 zones, 2, 3, 4 and 5 according to the seismic zoning map of India prepared by the Bureau of Indian Standards, that is BIS. Hence, option D is correct. Zone 5 is seismically the most active region while Zone 2 is the least. Around 11% of the country falls in Zone 5, 18% in Zone 4, 30% in Zone 3 and the remaining in Zone 2. Next question is, with reference to Indian biodiversity, Barda Wildlife Sanctuary was seen in the news. It lies in which of the following Indian states? Odisha, Assam, Gujarat or Uttarakhand? The correct answer is option C, Gujarat. Gujarat's Barda Wildlife Sanctuary, located 100 kilometers from Gir National Park, has been identified as a potential second home for Asiatic lions. Hence, option C is correct. Efforts were being made since the 1990s to find a relocation site for the Asiatic lions within Gujarat and outside the state. The species is vulnerable to extinction threats from epidemics because of low genetic diversity. The hilly forest of Barda is standing against the salinity ingress in the region. This area was declared as sanctuary in February 1979. The sanctuary, having a forest area of 192.31 square kilometer, is relatively small in extent. However, it is characteristically abundant in floral diversity, which consists of a good number of medicinal plants. The area falls into two erstwhile princely states of the history, that is Rana Barda, where Ranas of Porbandar ruled once upon a time, and Jam Barda, where the rule of Jam Sahib of Jamnagar prevailed. The ethnic races such as Maldharis, Bharwads, Rabadis and Gandhvis live in this region of Saurashtra. Next question is, the launching of the High Ambition Coalition, that is HAC, is associated with which of the following summits or conferences? One Planet Summit, Bonn Convention, Paris Agreement or Kigali Amendment? The correct answer is option A, One Planet Summit. The High Ambition Coalition or HAC for Nature and People has announced the formation of a new permanent secretariat to be co-hosted by World Resources Institute or WRI and the Global Environment Facility, that is GEF. The coalition was officially launched at the One Planet Summit in Paris in 2021. It is an intergovernmental group of 116 countries co-chaired by Costa Rica and France and by the UK as Ocean co-chair. Hence, option A is correct. Under the new secretariat, the coalition will lead a historic effort to protect and conserve at least 30% of the world's land and ocean by the year 2030, that is 30 by 30. At present, protected areas and other effective area-based conservation measures, that is OECMs, cover nearly 17% of all land and slightly more than 8% of the ocean. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the European Union, that is EU. 1. The EU was created by the Maastricht Treaty. 2. The presidency of the EU Council rotates among the EU member states every 3 months. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the European Union leaders agreed on Thursday to make Bosnia and Herzegovina a formal candidate to join the bloc of 27 nations. The presidency of the Council rotates among the EU member states every 6 months. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The EU was created by the Maastricht Treaty, which entered into force on November 1, 1993. The treaty was designed to enhance European political and economic integration by creating a single currency, the euro, a unified foreign and security policy. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Therefore, option A is correct. Next question is, the Man Who Knew Infinity movie is based on which of the following personalities? Stephen Hawking, S.N. Sen, Srinivas Ramanujan or Terence Tao? The correct answer is option C, Srinivas Ramanujan. Recently, National Mathematics Day is celebrated on December 22nd to mark the birth anniversary of legendary mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan. He was born in 1887 in Erode, Tamil Nadu in a humble Iyengar Brahmin family. Ramanujan was a self-taught mathematician and is considered one of the greatest Indian mathematicians of all time. He is known for the work he did in the areas of continued fractions, Riemann series, elliptic integrals, hypergeometric series, and functional equations of the zeta function. The Man Who Knew Infinity is a 2015 British biographical drama film about the Indian mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is, with reference to Pey Jal Survekshan, consider the following statements. 1. It is launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti. 2. Sustainable Development Goals or SDG 5 is related to clean water and sanitation. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. That is, both the statements are incorrect. Recently, Pey Jal Survekshan was launched by Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs. It is under Atal Mission for Regeneration and Urban Transformation, that is Amrit 2.0. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The key focus areas are water utility services, used water utility services, water bodies, best practices, and innovation. It will serve as a monitoring tool and an accelerator for the Amrit mission while also fostering healthy competition among cities. The outcome of the Survekshan will reflect the status of water security in the ULBs and it will help in achieving Sustainable Development Goals 6, that is, clean water and sanitation. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option D is correct. Next question is, the Global Environment Facility or GEF serves as a financial mechanism to various conventions. Which among the following is not one of them? United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Convention on Biological Biodiversity, Hague Convention, or UN Convention to Combat Desertification? The correct answer is option C, Hague Convention. Recently, World Bank grants $8.86 million to improve Lebanon's solid waste management. The aid will be financed by the Global Environment Facility. This will curb harmful emission from open burning of solid waste in Lebanon and improve its waste management. The GEF provides funding to assist developing countries in meeting the objectives of international environmental conventions. The Global Environment Facility or GEF was established on the eve of the 1992 Rio Earth Summit. The GEF serves as a financial mechanism to 5 conventions. Convention on Biological Diversity, that is CBD, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is UNFCCC, Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants or POPs, UN Convention to Combat Desertification, that is UNCCD, and Minamata Convention on Mercury. Hence, option C is correct. Last question is, Golden Triangle and the Golden Crescent is often used in the context of drugs trafficking, Olympic tournament, trade related to gold, or FIFA Football World Cup. The correct answer is option A, drugs trafficking. Recently, the Union Home Minister discussed in the Lok Sabha on the problem of drugs in the country. He also talked about the steps taken by the government to deal with it. Golden Triangle and a Golden Crescent is often used in the context of drug trafficking. Golden Triangle consists of Southeast Asian countries, that is Thailand, Laos and Myanmar, and the Golden Crescent consists of Iran, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Therefore, option A is correct. Steps taken by the Government of India to deal with these issues: the Border Security Force, SSB and Assam Rifles, all three have been empowered to register cases under Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985, that is NDPS. Indian Coast Guard, State Coastal Police Stations and Railway Protection Force have also been empowered to eliminate this menace. No Money for Terror conference was also organized, where a lot of thrust was given on international cooperation for the fight against narcotics. Now it's time for the practice question. The first Joint Finance and Health Task Force was held in virtual mode. It is associated with SAARC, IBSA, BIMSTEC or G20. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.